All right, welcome back to the TMI Club. Today we're touching on something that we all have an experience in. We're talking about waxing and pubic hair. And today we have with us Nyata, the franchise owner of Waxon Laser Waxbar at the York Mills location. Nyata, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. So we've just opened the Waxon York Mills location in January 2023. So it's been only about a year and a half. But before that, I come from a pretty strictly business background. And then during COVID, the opportunity kind of presented itself, and I kind of went along with it. You kind of follow your gut instinct when something kind of feels right, and I haven't looked back.
I'd love to know, for someone new coming into the bar and they're shy and insecure about their body, what are some pieces of advice you'd give to them in their first appointment or even consultation?
I would say just come in and have a conversation with the women that work there. We have a fantastic team of guest service agents that are at the front. They're kind of like our first line of defense, but that sounds weird. It's not really defense. It's just like the first people you see when you walk in. And then the estheticians that work there, they're so knowledgeable and friendly. You can come in and just have a conversation. There's no strings attached. You don't have to go ahead with any service if you don't feel comfortable. But that's the best place to start. Just come in, pop in, have a conversation, and see kind of if they can guide you or give you even some answers to make you feel a little bit more at ease, and I guarantee they will. Worst case scenario, you leave and you feel like you've already made a friend.
I love that. And I'm just thinking in the mind of someone that's first considering this. What are some red flags you should look for and some green flags you should look for when going into a bar like Waxon or any other place that does waxing and laser?
The reason Lexi started this entire journey was because, as all of us at that time, we were getting waxed either in a spa environment, which, was a more expensive, sort of harder to upkeep, or your other option was in a nail salon where you were kind of like behind a curtain, right? So there was a bit of a gap in the market where you could just have this place to go that just focuses on hair removal. And this came about in order to create a space where it's safe and everybody feels comfortable. The first thing to do is, again, go and check out the place, right? Because if you don't feel comfortable, if you get a feeling when you walk in that it's kind of like icky, I would walk out, right? Like, it's just, if you don't feel comfortable when you walk in, there's no way you're gonna feel comfortable. It's such an intimate service that you have to feel at ease with not just the place, but the person who's actually gonna perform the service for you.
And what are some questions you should ask when you walk in and you meet those frontline people?
It can start with, hey, I've never done this before. I'm really looking into an easier way for hair removal. What should I do? And they can take you from 0 to 100 and tell you exactly what you need to do. Hold your hand.
That's awesome. And what are some things outside of the question asking that you should be mindful of, like pricing, for example?
I would definitely ask if the people performing the service are certified estheticians.
That's a good one.
If they're certified, that means they've actually gone to school and they have training in it. And there's a lot of places where you don't, and people learn how to do it in different places, but I would definitely, if it was my kid who was starting this or anybody I would know, I would definitely tell them, make sure it's somebody who's certified esthetician.
And do you have to be of a certain age to get it done, or can anybody get it done?
We don't perform services for kids under 10 as far as waxing goes. There, at 10 we do it. There are girls who do swimming or dancing or gymnastics, so there's a certain need for hair removal, so we do that. Laser, we don't perform laser on anybody under 17.
Okay. And if they were to, would they have to have a parent guardian, or is it just in general across the board?
Anybody under 18, we need a parent guardian with them to sign. For laser, we wouldn't do it even with a parent guardian. Laser is, depending on what phase in life you are, hormonal changes will affect your hair growth.
Let's go back to hair growth for a second, because I remember when I was in high school and I first shaved, I thought it would be smooth as butter for a week, but it grew back within 2 days.
Next morning?
The next morning. And I thought, is it just because I'm hairy? But I would love to break that down. Is it different for everybody when it comes to hair growth? The region of hair you're growing?
Your hair growth will probably be the same on all of your body parts. That doesn't really change so much, but it's different for every single person. So we have some customers that come in and see us maybe 2 or 3 times a year because that is their hair growth. they don't need to come any more often than that. We have customers who come every 2 or 3 weeks because that's what their hair growth is. But I would say shaving makes your hair come in a more coarse, so you'd have to do it more often. Waxing makes it a little bit softer. So that's why you can probably go anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks on average before your next one, and it will keep you smoother.
Wow. And then I'm not thinking of all the people that are saying, I know there's the trend of shaving your face. Have you heard of that?
Yes, sort of. I wouldn't say that's probably your best bet because your hair will come back stronger.
So that's true, because I've heard a lot of people say, oh, that's such a myth, your hair doesn't grow back on your face thicker, and then, but you had said it also does. So is that true?
It is true. I mean, personally, from my personal experience, it is true. So when you do laser, you can't, in between sessions, you can't wax or thread or pluck the hair.
I didn't know that.
Because it pulls out the follicle and then you don't have anything to target. Right? So, and then it will come back faster. So in between all of that, you have to shave. And I can't say I was like the most on schedule. You're supposed to come every 6 weeks for your sessions. So as soon as I left it longer, your hair would start growing, and then I would be like, I'll just shave it. And then you notice if you do it for a while, I was like, oh, it is getting a little bit stronger for the hairs that's still there. So it does
come back. That's good to know. Speaking of hair, let's talk about the pubic hair. Are there any current trends or ways you can get it waxed?
You can get it waxed whichever way.
What are the options? I'm so curious.
They're all out there. Our most popular service is a Brazilian. Yeah, it's about 30% of all of the services that we perform, and it has been for a long time. Other than that, honestly, our second most popular service is brows. So it's a bit of a range, but yeah, Brazilians by far.
So for those that don't know what Brazilian is, could you explain?
Everything is off, from front to back. Everything comes off.
And the first thing I think of, especially when I was in high school, is people saying it's gonna hurt. Is this true? And if it's not, like, what is the process like?
You're not coming in for a massage. It's not that kind of a relaxed experience. However, we do have some really awesome waxes that the women use, and it does make the experience really, really smooth and seamless. Your hair should be probably about a rice grain length. For the best experience. The longer it is, the you'll feel it more.
I didn't know that.
So I would suggest trimming before you go in, because if it's too long, it's gonna hurt.
How deep do you go around the vulva? Like, do you push the labia out? Do you get
they get right in there. They get right in there.
And that includes the butthole?
It includes everything. They go all around. They get everything.
Okay, noted. So should you shower before?
100%. Yes.
Me asking that actually, though.
We do have wipes available too. So generally, if you come in for a Brazilian, the girls give you wipes and you can clean yourself.
So, do you have any music playing while you do it?
Yes, there is music. You can tell them to either turn it up or turn it down.
Okay, good.
You can bring your phone with you. You can keep occupied if you don't want to.
You can watch a show.
You can watch a show.
How long does it take?
20 minutes.
Oh, that's nothing.
It's a quick service.
It's like a Friends episode, just
exactly. You can get through.
Okay, I think you're really slow. Is waxing the same? Waxing laser the same amount of time?
Yeah,
20 minutes, like in and out.
It's about the same.
Okay. Can you do Brazilian with laser?
100%. Yeah. So with laser, you have to shave everything off before your session. We offer free consultations, so you can come in and the girls can tell you exactly what you need to do. We have a really good before and after care sort of program that they put you on. But really, you just have to remember, one, you have to shave before you come in. If it's a little bit long, you can feel it a bit more. We have a freezing cream that you can buy and use, which makes a difference. I use it when I get laser done, and it makes a big difference. And if you really are intolerant to pain, you can also pop on Advil before you come in.
There's always an option there.
And the machine that you use is actually, it's quite good. There's so many different machines out there. You really have to do your homework before you go in to actually have laser done. And there are different price points out there. The price points really are, you do get kind of what you pay for when it comes to laser, because the price points are set depending on what machine they're using, right? Ours is a really good machine. First of all, it's got a cooling tip. So what it does, it cools your skin down and takes down the discomfort or any pain level that there may be there.
Yeah.
And it's, it's able to provide a very customized laser experience based on your own skin type. And you will see results within the first use.
Wow. So laser, does it hurt less than waxing, or is it pain is also subjective?
It's subjective, right?
Yeah.
And depends on where your cycle you are too. If you're on your period, you're generally more prone to feel pain.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Your pain tolerance kind of goes down when you're on your period. So if you're on your period, there is a chance it might actually
hurt
be
more.
More discomfort.
So it's better to wax or laser when you're not on your period.
Yes.
Ideally.
Yeah. You can do it if you're on, like
Yeah.
if you have a high pain tolerance, that's fine. I don't do it. Now I know, like don't do it.
Does it make a difference if you wear a menstrual disc or a cup or a tampon while you're getting the laser done? Or wax?
No, if you're wearing a tampon, I would say just make sure the string is in because you don't really want anything in the way of laser. Even in waxing, you don't want the wax to accidentally pull on the string.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you
Oh my
make sure
gosh.
you tuck it in. But you do have to tell your service provider that you're on your period, just so they know. They'll go probably a little bit easier on you too, because they know your pain tolerance goes a little bit lower.
Yeah. So is it like a massage where they leave the room and you take off everything and then you lay on the table and there's a blanket, or is it just they're there chilling and you just strip everything?
It depends, I guess, on the location.
Okay.
Sometimes they stay in, sometimes they leave. They usually turn around and give you some privacy where they leave the room.
Yeah.
You don't get a towel to cover because you're already getting on the table to dispose it anyway. So
Yeah.
there's but it's just you and the esthetician, and they really are kind of a healthcare provider. I wouldn't say healthcare provider, but it's a very intimate service, and they're very professional. So it is a comfortable sort of environment.
And what came to mind to me, I've seen a lot of people on TikTok do at-home waxing. What are your thoughts on that?
I've tried at-home waxing. I remember doing this. It's waxing. You're not gonna get the same level of results. There's also some spots where you can't really get into when it comes to waxing. But it's definitely an option that you can try out and see. And you can also try the difference. Let me try it at home, see how it feels, and then go have somebody who actually does it for a living and see the difference.
I would love to know, what's the best hair removal method that is the cheapest option?
The cheapest option would be shaving.
Shaving.
But with that comes, if you are shaving, you need to have kind of like a whole routine because you need to make sure your skin's exfoliated. If you don't exfoliate the skin, then you can get razor bumps and ingrown hairs and all that stuff. You need to moisturize it, and that means drink your water, moisturize your skin properly, but that goes kind of with everything. And then, ingrown serums. Those would make a difference when you're shaving.
What is an ingrown serum and what is an ingrown hair?
Ingrown hair is hair that's not strong enough to break through the skin surface.
Okay.
And it starts kind of growing under the skin surface, and it can lead to infections. It can be painful. It's weird. I've only had one in my entire life.
Same. And I was so confused.
I was like, am I dying? What is happening? This is not right. But it can be like it's not
uncomfortable.
fun. So the ingrown serum actually takes away the itchiness. So when you shave, it's very itchy when the hair starts to grow back. It takes away the itchiness.
Yes.
And it prevents ingrown hairs. Some people are more prone to ingrown hairs than others. So if you get them a lot, I'm not sure that it will eliminate everything, but it will absolutely 100% help.
How would you avoid razor bumps?
Stop shaving. That's really the only.
Yes.
Yeah. You can dry shave. That would probably more than guarantee you razor bumps.
Yeah.
You should use a shave oil or a shave cream.
What are your thoughts on the people that say, I use my hair conditioner as cream?
Yeah, that could work.
That works too.
Anything that kind of is moisturizing and helps the blade get closer to the skin to give you a cleaner shave would
works
help.
fine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good to know. I know, because my friends used to say, just use my shampoo and the suds, and I was like, is that right though?
Well, shampoo is almost like the opposite thing, because shampoo can dry out your skin and dry out the hair, so it doesn't. The conditioner could work. I've never tried it, but I guess it could, because it kind of does the same thing as a shave oil, sort of. So, but the shampoo, I feel like it would be the opposite of what you're trying to accomplish.
So better have something that's trying to hydrate your skin. Something that's more
and make it
moisture.
glide a bit smoother.
And then I know my mom always told me to put cream on after I shaved when I was a kid.
Oh, 100%.
100%?
I mean, my kids are young. They don't shave. They don't do anything. I still put cream on them every time they get out of the shower. Your skin gets so dry, and then when you're shaving, you're taking a bit of a layer off anyways. So yeah,
always important.
Moisturizing is important.
Awesome. Speaking of like after shower, let's get into aftercare. So if you were to get waxed, what would be the aftercare procedure? Is your skin quite sensitive?
So usually if you come for a Brazilian wax, we tell you for the rest of the day to take it easy. Don't go into hot sauna or take a super hot shower. That's also applies to laser as well. If you do it, just take the rest of the day off and just kind of, not off, but don't go to a sauna, don't go sweat at the gym.
Yeah.
And, just to give your skin a chance to regenerate, right? Because when you're waxing, you're obviously, there's certain stress on the skin that you don't have there generally. Same with laser.
And so for moisture, I understand that if you wax your arms or you do laser, you put cream on. What about for the vulva? If you were to get the Brazilian, is there a certain cream that you would use?
So I definitely would, if you're lasering, I would not use an ingrown serum. Okay. That one's not, there's certain products that could thin out your skin. For the vulva, there's lubricants that we can use.
Okay, so after.
So you can use that. It's generally not the vulva that gets really dry, it's the skin around. So like your bikini line or your legs if you're laser, that's what tends to get dry after laser, and that's where you kind of have to use a really good moisturizer and drink your water.
Got it. So you don't have to do anything around the vulva region after you get it done?
No, and if there's any discomfort, I would use anything like aloe vera or a lubricant.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Marla lubricant.
There you go, that one.
Well, I'd love to close off this episode on a rapid fire round.
Ooh, okay.
So we have a list of different points, and you just got to bang out whether it's true or false.
Okay, let's do it.
You ready?
Ready.
You may experience itchiness when your pubic hair grows back.
True.
Ingrown hairs and razor bumps are not preventable.
100% preventable. Don't shave.
Just anti-shave.
Anti-shave.
Pubic hair removal through waxing can increase the risk of ingrown hairs.
True-ish.
Sugar wax is better than regular wax.
False.
Waxing hurts more when you're on your period.
It can, yes. True.
Exfoliating the skin before waxing increases the likelihood of ingrown hairs.
False. Actually, the opposite is kind of true.
Okay. And last one, waxing is suitable for all skin types and hair textures.
True. Oh, that wasn't so bad. I was nervous. I was like, rapid fire, oh my God.
No, that was so good, Nyata. And thank you so much for coming on and opening up this safe space to talk about hair in general.
Thank you for having me. This was awesome.
Of course. Well, thanks, everyone.